Steven, everything you expected last weekend, did he do what he's been doing in training?
Yeah, I mean, he did his job. I think we've got a good structure to how we want to play and how we want to defend. And I'd like to think if Jose was in there, the same thing would have happened. And if Steven Tedeschi was in there, the same thing would have happened. And a little bit of proof is the fact that Jose was in there last year and Steven was in there now. But yeah, he did what he was supposed to do. He made the couple saves that he had to make when he was called upon to do it. But more importantly, he managed the game well.
I know, like you said, the last couple of years wasn't able to do a whole lot in training with the injuries that he was doing. Did you still get the feeling like, if we could, get him in there, that he could do some good things for you?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get to play until this past spring, really, and so that opened the ideas for us to try and utilize him. I mean, he wasn't really even able to train in the falls because of the timing of the injuries. And then when we went over to Spain, we broke up their playing time evenly, and he performed well in Spain. And he obviously keeps himself very, very fit. He's a strong goalkeeper as well, and I think he has probably a little bit of a different perspective after having to just watch for 2 years. As most of our guys get what the coaches talk about more when they were playing, and then for some reason they're not playing, they're injured, and then they see everything in a different light. I think he sees things probably from a little bit of a different light right now.
Obviously, going into the season, Jad wanted to score more goals. You wanted to see more of that out there. Obviously, it had to have been an encouraging start. I know it's just 2 games, but good start, right? You're seeing him a different kind of Jad out there with his.
Yeah, I think Jad's over the last year has really changed his game and adapted his game to fit what we're asking of him. There was a point in time where when Jad would take people on, he'd run into trouble. He'd run into 2 or 3 defenders. Now he's utilizing his teammates more. And the game winner against Santa Clara was a really good example of it, where he turns out of pressure, dribbles forward, and finds Brendan Hogan open. I think a year ago, Jad probably goes on his own or tries to go on his own. And what he's done in that moment is trust that Brendan's going to give him the ball back after he makes a run. And so he's adapted his game to become a more complete player. We're just 1 weekend into the season, so we have to keep things in perspective. I told Jad after he scored the game winner against Cal that he owed me 25 more goals. So he got 1 more against Santa Clara, so he's got 24 more to go.
It's 14 more than his goal for this year. So.
Yeah, he's got to set his standards a little higher, I think.
You get Wright State coming in here Friday night. If you need to get a result against them, what do you know about this team?
Good team. A lot of international presence in their team. Athletic, strong, physical, fast, but they try and play. And so what I've seen of them on film so far, I've been very, very impressed with what they bring to the table. And, I kind of forewarned our guys and our fans that at least in Division I men's college soccer, the name on the shirt really means nothing as far as competitiveness goes. It's not like football and basketball. And in basketball, you're seeing a little bit of that change over as well. Wright State is a good team with good players, and is capable of beating anyone on any given day, including us.
Well, you've got a nice group of veterans on this team, but also a lot of young kids too. How do you think, as we'll find out Friday, that they're going to handle this situation?
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job of setting the standard and the personality of the team. And a lot of these guys have gone through trial by fire. Our veterans, our experienced guys have learned the hard way, underestimating an opponent, getting too far ahead of things. And so it's been not necessarily a message that I've had to send all the time. I've noticed our leadership group in the locker room has done a really good job of relaying messages, saying things that coach would say in their own way to their teammates. And I think there's more of a humility about our start this year. That being in the top 20 a year ago, I think we got a little bit full of ourselves, to be quite honest with you. And I think this team has a little bit better perspective because of the senior group and the senior leadership that we have. And the upperclassmen, it's not just the seniors, it's the experienced leadership that we have.